The blue corner, weighed in at 145 and 1/2 pounds. From Parsons, Kansas, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Andrew Carrillo. 145 pounds. Please welcome Rodney Borden.
Rodney Borden making his way into the cage. We get started here. Kansas City Fighting Alliance 15.
Kicking
Fight
this
for your bike.
kicking this tournament off right with this fight. Absolutely excited for this one. As we mentioned previously, these two fighters have fought before. Borden came out on top last time. Very competitive fight. We'll see if Carrillo can rectify that loss.
Also noteworthy, this fight will be 2 5-minute rounds, as it's the first round of our featherweight tournament here.
Sometimes that can really, yes, sometimes that can really alter a strategy. I mean, if you're a fighter who starts slowly, you better hurry it up.
Absolutely. Glove touch and we're off.
Carrillo in the black shorts, Borden in the white trunks.
Carrillo doing a nice job of moving forward as the two exchange kicks in the center of the cage. Carrillo takedown attempt. Guillotine attempt by Borden here. Uh-oh. He's climbing him. Carrillo finishes the slam.
Carrillo really showing off some of the work that he's done at HD MMA. Excellent, excellent wrestling coming from those fighters.
He has Jason High and LC Davis in his corner, two very good wrestlers in their own right. Good pass from Carrillo. He's now inside control. Moves to back.
Borden attempting to stand. Carrillo able to flat him again. Just get close.
Borden hanging on to that Kimura here. Carrillo looks to tuck his arm.
Difficult to finish from that position.
And
it was transition to almost an arm bar. Beautiful transition there.
Back. Carrillo looking for a guillotine of his own here.
He has a decent position, although just as I say that, Borden is able to get full mount.
Borden now in mount, looking to do some damage here.
Let's see if he can keep this. Carrillo able to spin to his back and immediately gets to his feet. What an amazing scramble.
Carrillo back on top here.
Borden with the double underhooks looking for a sweep. Somewhat able to regain his feet, but just put himself straight into a gator. or an anaconda rather.
Action right in front of us now. Carrillo on top. You have to think, Laura, there's some strategy in conserving a little bit of energy as one of these two gentlemen will be fighting for a second time tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, I've never fought in a tournament before, but I can imagine that that thought does cross your mind. I mean, you're potentially fighting quite a bit in one evening, and again, just like fighting outside is a strange thing. Fighting in tournament style is not something that's easy to train for. So,
Sure. Carrillo looking to take his back here.
Borden doing a nice job of controlling Carrillo's hands from the top, although he's still in a dangerous position. He's really frustrating Carrillo's efforts to either get a rear naked choke or...
You can kind of see the wrestling of Carrillo shine through here in these transitions.
Absolutely.
Hanging on to that Kimura.
Again, looking for that anaconda choke, a difficult one to finish unless you're able to roll. And he's able to flatten Borden out again.
Borden doing a good job of trapping Carrillo's leg in half guard, not letting him pass the mount.
Fighting a good wrestler can be absolutely exhausting. Rodney Borden has some very underrated jiu-jitsu. He does have a good amount of skill on the ground, but it's very difficult to put that jiu-jitsu to work against a person who's as skilled at wrestling position as Carrillo is.
Carrillo to the back now of Borden. Carrillo with the rear naked choke. That's tight. Very tight.
Oh, and he's able to escape. That certainly would have been a very apropos way to end the fight, but Borden able to escape as we near the end of round one.
Very action-packed and entertaining first round here, our featherweight tournament.
Nothing. No. Nothing. Rob Kibbins in the corner of Rodney Borden, one of the very first UFC fighters to come out of Kansas City.
A true pioneer for Kansas City MMA. Good to see Rob out.
It is nice to see Rob out.
Both of these young men getting very good instruction. Jason High and LC Davis in the corner of Andrew Carrillo. LC Davis will be fighting Joe Warren on Bellator. It's going to be a very good fight.
That should be a fantastic fight. I'm really looking to see that. Did you see LC's last fight?
A fight of the year candidate.
Absolutely. Fight of the century in my mind. If you didn't see it, folks, you absolutely look it up, Google it. You will not regret it.
Here we go, getting ready to start the second round. Andrew Carrillo versus Rodney Borden. This is the first fight of our featherweight tournament at Kansas City Fighting Alliance 15. Fight for your bike.
If I were Borden's corner, I definitely would have been telling him, you need to keep the distance. Let's not take this to the mat. He's obviously got a little bit of that wrestling advantage. And, I do give that first round to Carrillo just based on position and dominating where the fight was.
Borden looking for a trip there. Carrillo with a good throw. Immediately ends up on top. Action right
Carrillo
in
in
front of us
half
here.
mount.
Carrillo passes to mount now.
Borden looking to turn.
Carrillo just looks so seamless in these scrambles as he looks to work that rear naked choke from the back.
Borden absolutely needs to do everything he can to get to his knees and stand up here, even if it means taking a shot or two. I'd like to see Carrillo land a few shots. I know he has dominant position, but there's certainly a few opportunities I feel like he's missing to land at least a few punches.
He's doing a very good job of
there we go. And he listens to my instruction.
That's
and
tight. Rear naked choke, that's tight.
Very tight. That is
Carrillo.
Very tight, folks.
Rodney Borden do a very good job of defending this choke.
Rodney
that
Borden
is tight.
Is a very, very tough situation. Oh my gosh, I'm amazed he was able to get out of that. That was incredibly tight.
Carrillo does a good job of securing back position and staying there.
Carrillo does need to continue to use his punch to open up those choke opportunities, though. That's exactly what happened. You block the punch, your hand moves away from defending your neck, and boom, you can get that rear naked choke.
Back to the feet now. Carrillo back on top here.
Borden doing his best not to let Carrillo pass to full mount. Seems to be in a very frustrating position, constantly on the defenses, as Carrillo is able to maintain that top dominant position throughout.
I think the story of this fight, Laura, has kind of been how Carrillo has continued to win the position battles here.
Yeah, to be honest with you, there really haven't been that many punches exchanged. This has definitely been a grappling war and one that Andrew Carrillo is winning.
You have to think this is the fight that Andrew Carrillo was looking for, coming from a wrestling background.
Absolutely, and he's not taking any damage. So if he does indeed move to the second round, he won't have to be worried about any cuts or injuries that his opponent would be targeting.
Staying on Borden's back here is Carrillo.
Carrillo has both his hooks in. That's never good if you're on bottom. Borden trying very hard to spin in, able to do so. But Carrillo just continues to be able to flatten Borden out.
Carrillo back to the back position on Borden.
I think at this point, if you're Borden, you got to get a little bit desperate. This is...
He has to be looking for a finish now.
Certainly easier said than done, but I would have liked to have seen him do anything he could to break away from the clinch and see what we could get done in a striking stance.
Absolutely, and Carrillo continuing to do a great job of controlling the positions and transitions and putting himself in a position to win this fight.
Carrillo,
10 seconds left in this second round here.
Carrillo almost seems hesitant to strike. I don't know if that's maybe a strategy to conserve energy, knowing that he's probably going to move to the later fights. I don't know. I would have... As a fan, I'd like to see some more punches,
Sure.
I guess, but good fight from both fighters.
Very, very good fight. Andrew Carrillo versus Rodney Borden kicking off the action at Kansas City Fighting Alliance 15.
Excellent fight from these two fighters, kicking off our tournament. I think I have an idea which way this one went, but you never know when you do leave it in the hands of the judges, so we'll see.
Absolutely. Very, very good fight to kick off what's looking to be a very, very exciting night.
could take a look at some of the action from the fight here. Early on, both fighters kind of feeling each other out, and then Carrillo was able to take it to the mat, and that was really the story of the fight is what you see here, is just Carrillo being able to take it to the mat and dominate position from there on out.
A very, very good job of staying on Rodney Borden, blanketing him and wearing him down, and looks to move on to the second round.
As we mentioned, last time these two fought, it was the other way around, so certainly nice to see Andrew Carrillo able to
the
come out on top.
145-pound tournament. They go 2 rounds initially. And the winner of your first bout out of the blue corner, Andrew Carrillo.
Andrew Carrillo moving on.
One step closer to a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. He's got to feel good about that.